Hey everybody, today I'm going to be going through how to make it far in the void in Forager. So let's get started. So the very first thing you want to do is you want to make sure you acquire as many spirit orbs as you can. If you haven't seen my previous video, I go through the best spirit orb farm in Forager, so I will leave a link down in the description for you guys, so be sure to check that video out. So once you guys have collected as many spirit orbs as you could, you want to head over here into the fire biome to the blood altar. So if we go ahead and use the blood altar now, as you can see here, there will be two different options that come up. Each of these options will make you lose 1 health point, which is why we want to acquire as many spirit orbs as we possibly could, just so we can constantly be using the blood altar and then regenerate our health right afterwards. So there are a few different options that we want to focus on, the first one being this one, as this will increase our max damage by 1. Now to test this out, as you can see here, our attack damage is only 107. Now if we use a spirit orb on damage, it will only increase the damage by 0.25, as you can see here. So using the blood altar to increase that damage by 1 is going to be very helpful. So now if we go ahead and use the blood altar again, as you can see here, two different options will pop up, one of them being termination, which is one of the options that we do want to focus our attention on. Termination is going to allow us to acquire droids as well as grenades, but we really want to just focus on acquiring as many droids as we possibly can, and termination is going to do that for us. So there may be times where the two that we're focusing on don't come up. That is okay. Another option that you can look at is this one here, gain a bunch of potions. This one is very helpful because there are 3 potions that will help us out in the void. The first potion we're going to be looking at is this one here, Thunderstrike. Drink it to become zapped, damaging enemies and harvesting resources. This is just going to be increasing that damage that we do on enemies in the void. The second one being this one. Drinking this will let you shoot fireballs and dodge attacks. Dodging attacks is very helpful, especially with that dark beat boss. And then lastly, this one here, improves damage and causes explosions. You can never go wrong with that. At this point, all you want to do is use all those spirit orbs at the blood altar on the options that I mentioned earlier on. So as you can see here, after using all our spirit orbs, we do have a ton of droids now. To be even more precise, we have 390 droids. And droids are now costing a lot of resources. So if we go ahead and test our damage now, 538. I would recommend a minimum damage of 500 if you actually want to make it decently far in the void. Obviously, the more damage you have, the farther you're going to make it in the void, but my recommendation is at least minimum 500 damage. If you are wanting to use one of your rods in the void, make sure you have unlimited charge access through the wizard in the fire biome. So I think we're ready to jump in the void now and see how far we get. Level 100. So as you can see here, I did use 3D potions that I mentioned earlier on in the video, and all I'm doing is just running around the void, following that green triangle and letting my droids do all of the work. One very important tip when you're at a higher level in the void is keep moving. I know it might seem obvious, but the more you move throughout the void, the faster your droids will be able to defeat the enemies in that level, as well as if you do have the artifact, the vampire wings, this will give you a chance to regain health when you defeat an enemy if you lose a health point during that level. Level 200. As you can see here, we're basically one-shotting everything with ease, and there is no issue with losing health points whatsoever. Now, if you do die further along in the void, that is okay, because if you look at the amount of uranium as well as star fragments you would have collected along your journey, you'll be able to craft a lot of those toxic sigils and be able to craft a lot more spirit orbs to become that much stronger. So I hope this video is helpful for you guys. If it was, please be sure to hit that subscribe button down below to see more content just like this one.